Hello and welcome to the Google Classroom kind of basic, I guess, exploration. I'll be following this video up with a secondary video that goes into like having kids turn in assignments and all that stuff. But this is just to get your classroom kind of off the ground and publish your first assignment. I'm here with Megan Durant. She's going to ask me questions and tell me to slow down when I need to slow down. You probably won't hear her voice because I'm using a cool mic. So the first thing I want to show you up here in the top left corner, just barely visible in your screen, is the classroom main menu. You could always use that to get back to your classrooms. The easiest thing to do is to hit classes and it will take you back to this screen. What's nice is your students will have a view called the calendar that shows them what's due on each day. And on top of it, going back here, if they go to their workload, they will also have a list of assignments that's completed that they need to complete each day. So if you have a student that has Google Classroom in a bunch of their classes, you could use this tool to help them organize their time. Like if they have a bunch of homework assignments, their work that needs to be completed will show up here. Once again, top left corner is kind of like the home screen. I'm going to go to my classes, which is the little home button. How appropriate. So the first thing you realistically need to set up is a class. To do that, you come over to the plus sign, left click on the plus sign, and you should have an option to create a class and join a class at this point. If you do not, email Jamie letting him know that you're a student, and he will readjust your whatever your thing that allows your login basically, so it'll allow you to be a teacher. So I'm going to create a class. Pulls up really simple thing, your class name. So my class name is freshman, P-H-R-E-S-H, freshman physics, H-Y-S-I-C-S. And this is going to be for section, let's say I have a period 2 class. So I'm going to create my freshman physics period 2 class. Great. Da, 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 da. McDermott, I'm recording this. Ask me any questions though. So already pulled me up into my class. So that's pretty cool. Realistically, this will be your main work screen. A thing I want to point out to you really quickly is as I scroll down here in the left corner will be the code that your students will need to log into. Note that each class will have a specific code. So if you're making like not an agenda, but what's the thing they throw out at the beginning of the school year? Syllabus. Syllabus. So if you have a syllabus, make sure you're getting that code for each class. So you got a class here. There's no students in it yet. I'll go eventually to a class with people in it. But realistically, this home button is going to be your bread and butter for a while. So this will allow you to create 4 total things. An announcement, which is just like, hey, make sure you do your homework. An assignment, which is where most of your work will do. Or create a question. One thing I've had an issue with the question is when you create a question, it only allows you to ask a single question. So you can't do like a Google survey with that. But I got all that weighted up for you. So if I want to create an assignment, I'll just click here, boop, and it pulls up this option. Title, so let's say Monday PDN. Instructions, like complete this within the first 5 minutes of class. Now from here there's going to be, you're not seeing me point at the screen, but from here there's a lot of cool options you could do. First off, due date. So you could set the date and the time independently for all your classes that you want it due. So if you have that big paper that you want done by midnight, you could have that done, and after that it will go away. Or just like if you just want them to, you're like, I want this finished in like 10 minutes, you could have it assigned there, just predetermined. This is, for the record, editable once you, or can be changed once you edit stuff. Yeah, so Megan Durant just asked if I want this assignment for more than one class. You just come over to here, you drop that down, and you could click the classes you want it to assign to. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if it automatically updates the due date. I haven't explored that option too much. I'm sure there's an option where you could adjust the due date and due time, or what I'm about to show you for all your classes independently. So once again, up here I could have it when it's going to be due, so when it will disappear from your student's screen. And from here, I could also click which classes I could copy this to. So if I make an assignment, I could copy to all my classes. The last cool feature that I want to show you right here on this page, or one of the last features, is where this assign button. So if I click assign, it will automatically update all my students' computers. So let's say I forgot to attach something. I'm like, oh, here's a handout you need really quick. I could throw in the handout and hit assign, and it will automatically appear on every student computer. The trick is sometimes we don't want everything to appear right at once. Let's say the mastery check, for example. You could hit the drop down tab, and there's 3 options: a schedule or save as a draft. A schedule is the one I really like. I click schedule, and it will ask me when do you want this assignment to appear on the student screen. So let's say I want it to appear tomorrow. Well, let's say I want it to appear. I have to go back. Give me a second. The due date is going to be August 24th. I need a schedule. I'm going to have it appear the 16th at whatever time my class starts. Let's say 11 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock. Why not 10 o'clock? Because I'm bad at typing. So at this, when I hit schedule, it will say, okay, at 11 o'clock on whatever day I picked, it will automatically appear in the student's profile. Now, if you notice, I'm here, and it's kind of went away. It got saved in my save post. So I could always revisit that by clicking down and clicking it. So if you're doing all your planning on the weekends and have your lesson plans done by Monday, you could have them all built up, all ready to be scheduled, and then they will all be saved where it says save post. And so like if you shoot, I made a mistake, you could go back here and re-edit everything. So you're back here.
So if it was like the PDF was a worksheet, would you have to attach the file? Would it have to be in Google Drive, or would it be from like the desktop?
So McDermott is asking if I attach stuff from different locations, what will it be like? So let me go with the basic one, attachment. So when you click attachment, let me go for the basic one. Let's say I build an assignment for them in a Google Doc, and I want them to be able to edit that, like an assignment like we did in our PD today. You go to attach from Google Drive, and for the record, it is also achievable through here, but you go Google Drive, pulls you up here. It will pull up recent things, and then all you need to do is navigate your Google Drive to find an assignment that you want to assign. So I'm going to just pick one from my PD that we did. So handout for there. I want this assignment. So now it's in that assignment. So we see it's loaded here. I get a little preview image. That doesn't always appear. And then it pops up. What I could do is really cool about Google Drive or Google Classroom is I could click this drop down tab and give them options. So I could have students view the file. So let's say I'm giving them a PowerPoint presentation and I want them to be able to access the PowerPoint presentation. They could view the file. They could edit the file. So if I give them this option, every student would open and view the exact same very thing. And then my last option is to make a copy for each student. When I do this, what happens is as the student clicks on it, they get a personal copy made for them. So what they edit, no one else will see. So this would be great for mastery checks. This would be good for when you want students to edit a common document together. And then this one would be if you want them to basically just see something. So I'm going to make a copy for each student. Now McDermott asked if I could attach something straight from the desktop. If I had stuff on my desktop, let me open my file folder here. Documents. Let me go Dropbox. Physics from last year. Momentum. I don't want to open it. Sorry, I opened it on accident. Some later. That just popped up. So if I want to upload something straight from my desktop, I can. I would just go over to attach. It will pull up select files from your computer, and you could hit this and it will pull up a looking like files like this, or you could literally just drag and drop it and it will upload. Now McDermott also asked if if I upload something like a Word document from my desktop, if that will update, I'm actually not 100% sure, and I'll explore that later. Okay. Yes, you should be able to. Let's check that right now. So upload. So I'm uploading it. Make a copy for each student. Yeah, so literally, like, what I'm excited about is I could literally make my packets like I've always had and literally just upload the packet and it will be done instantly. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And what's cool here is if you see, as you build it up, there could be multiple. You could add multiple assignments at once. You could have a PowerPoint and a Word inside of a single assignment. One thing to be mindful of is obviously as you build larger and larger assignments. So if you have a PowerPoint, some notes, and then like a worksheet for them to work on, it starts to get more confusing. Something I had an issue with during the network days. So I could schedule at scheduling, and we now would see it's saved in my post. For the record, in this area, so if I go back to this and I hit, oh, that's what, hold on. If I go back here and I get rid of the schedule by, and I just click assign, like if I'm going to push it out to all my students, and I hit assign, you'll note that it's now visible as an assignment, and it's not found up in the drafts. So there's two options. It's like saved in drafts, but if it's actually assigned, it will be visible, similar to how the students will view it. Okay. Yeah. So it will stay a draft or scheduled, and then once it hits the start time, it will magically appear like this. Magic. Sometimes I'll be aware. Sometimes there will be an option in the bottom left corner where it'll say, "Do you want to update your feed?" And you'll hit yes, and then it will magically appear. Sometimes there's an option. It will be right in the left-hand corner. It's like, "Would you like to update the screen?" And you click yes. Okay. The last cool thing I want to show you that will get you off the ground running is if I go back. So if I have a class that actually has some work in it. So let's say I go to my science think takes. I have a bunch of assignments posted. What's cool that I really enjoy as a teacher is if you click into the assignment, and let me make sure I get this right. Let me find the right assignment to click into. A worksheet I know they worked on. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. So if I click into the assignment, if I click on the link, it will link up. It will pull up my original thing. So if I click like on this screen, it will pick up my original thing. If I click this title, it should take me, which it didn't. Oh shoot. I don't know. It's supposed to pop up where I could see all the students were. Oh, here it is. So if I click in here, it will take me to the original document. If I click up here, what it will allow me to do is actually pull up students' work individually. So let me show that one more time. I'm going to go back. So if I click in here, or here, it will open up the original form that I made. If I click the done, not done kind of section, it will pull up students' work, and I could literally click into what Jesse Desai is doing right now. So if I click into his, I will now pull up Jesse Desai's form, and we can see he did not do a lot of work on this. But it will, and then it will be like you will view the students as he's working on it, or as he or she is working on it. So if you're in class, you want to monitor work levels, and they're each working on an individual assignment, you could use that to complete it. And then, as a reference, if I go back, when students hit assign, then you could hit the done. You could view what they've done, and then you could assign a grade to here on the left. And for the record, I heard there's a way to try and take these grades out and push them straight into Power Teacher or Power School. I have to do that. I have yet to explore that. That will be in video too. Any questions, kind of like how to get Google Classroom up and running? Pretty easy? Okay. I'll publish this video, all 14 minutes of it, and send it out to everyone.
Thanks.
No worry. Thanks, guys.